Hey guys, you gotta keep an eye on the Oilers. I mentioned them very early. Husa, I mentioned it around $6. It ends up ripping face to 24.47. Right now, it did a very clean pullback right to that lower Bollinger Band and is holding support. These Oilers over the weekend, I saw crazy news. You're gonna see a lot of volatility, and when there is volatility, when there is volume, when there is catalyst, that's when day traders make the crazy bucks, guys. Husa, you gotta keep an eye on that 15 pivot and look at it right now. It looks very beautiful. Go to the daily chart. It's a very nice flag, and I do think that this has potential, but you want to see how it reacts tomorrow to that pivot, especially in the morning time. This is a micro float or 1 million float. I say every video, guys, float is #1 factor in day trading with volume. Float and volume is the #1. And price action, right? Now, I don't think news does matter too, like specific headlines, but the fundamental catalysts are the stronger reactions. For example, like remember when the Russia situation happened like a couple years ago? Husa, Indo, they made these moves were just insane. In my trading career, I've been doing stocks since 2018, and I've never seen those type of crazy moves where Husa, I think it went from $1, it went to like $19. I think what is that percentage wise? What is that, like 20,000%? But I'm gonna do the calculation just because I'm curious. $1 to, I think it went to like 19. Oh, I say 1,800. I thought it was like 10,000, but 1,800%, guys. And I'm not saying that guarantee you're gonna see that again, because every day is different in day trading. Price action is different, but you gotta keep an eye on Husa. That's the first one. The second one, you already know, guys. Indo. This one, I mentioned it many times as well. And right now, you're seeing on the hourly chart, it's making a very beautiful pattern. You really want to see that flat top breakout over 6, but right now the very beautiful thing is that it's right at the psychological $5 level, and it's over the 200 EMA on the extended time frame. And this one as well, it did a very nice pullback to the lower Bollinger Band, and the daily chart again is setting up for a very nice run. And though I said in the stock twits that the price seems pretty cheap compared to what it was. Remember the Russia situation? This thing went to like it went to close to $100. This was a supernova, I remember, and it's only $5 right now. But this is different from Husa, because the Husa price action was much more quicker, more volatile. But this one seems to be more in a range, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But you want to keep that in mind when you're trading this, because the moves are not as whippy, right, as Husa, which could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing, because it could be a good thing because it's more like predictable, right, the price action. But it could also be a bad thing if you're a day trader who primarily capitalizes on big intraday swings, right, like multi-dollar huge moves. Then it may not be for you. But who's Indo, I'm bullish on this as well. The next one we got to talk about. This one is a very popular one as well, but I don't see a lot of people focusing on this one. This has a lot of potential, which is BRN. This one, it's very cheap. It's $1.40, and you're looking at the daily chart. It's right. It made a very nice move over the 200 moving average, and then it ended up pulling back. And this stock, usually, I mentioned in the past videos, it doesn't really do crazy moves because it's just a stock personality. I remember back in a couple years ago, I traded this one many times, and the moves up are clean, but it doesn't make like Husa Indo type of moves. But what I really like about this is that it's back to that very cheap range. It's $1.30. And the downside compared to the upside is the risk-reward ratio is good, right? BRN, I don't think there's any news on it that caused the move up the previous trading session, but you want to keep an eye on BRN as well. And MXC is another one that's like a micro floater. MXC only has 800k float. Man, if this thing has like news, the squeeze will be crazy, depending on the volume, right? MXC again, go to daily chart. It went over 200 moving average. Previous resistance is turning into support. The $10 pivot is crucial. Right now I'm seeing bid and the ask is very spready. Like usually when I trade the stock, it's very spready, bid and ask, because it's one of those thin names where the average volume is very low. But when volume comes in, this thing loves to halt up. That's the stock personality, and I'm seeing on the tape every time I trade the stock is easily over $10. But you want to keep an eye on MXC. And there's many more oil stocks, guys. Like the thing with the oil sector is that there's so much opportunity, where if you just catch one good move, for example USCG, this is another one where it made like a massive like $2 move during that situation a few days ago. That's enough, man. Like you don't need to catch like 10 oil stocks to bank crazy. Based off my experience, you only need like one or two. Just catch that right pivot, catch the right volume, you bank, guys. And this is not just day trade as well. I said many times where I don't just day trade, I swing trade as well. So if you're more into that personality where you like trading macro, like swing trading, which is less volatile, it's less risky, then now by all means, swing trading is very good, profitable, where you just buy on support, or you look for the fundamental catalyst. For example, it's like basically like buying before the big move up, whereas day trading is where it's more momentum based, where you're just buying when it does pop, right? You're trying to sell higher, which is also very profitable. But USCG, this one was a crazy move. Watch that daily chart as well setting up. You want to see this one over $2 ideally. It's consolidating right in that Bollinger Band as well. And if you have any other stocks you want me to mention in the videos, write down in the comments, guys. I read all comments. I'm just trying to help people. So another one you very keep an eye on. These ones are more low key. 9, this one I mentioned many times, and 9 is right now it's just consolidating. The $1 is very important, and it's just beautifully consolidating. Very nice. 9, you want to see tomorrow how it reacts. This one is a higher float, so I don't think a lot of people really gravitate towards this one, because when you're trading, you want to always go for the lowest float, which has the biggest moves. That's such as Husa and MXC Indo. But 9 has higher float, but that doesn't mean it could be a monster. Keep an eye on 9 as well. And another one, BATL. This one is a crazy mover I mentioned to the team, and it made a massive move from 170 to 633 in one day. Just monster. And daily chart again. This is the thing with these sympathy reactionary trades, where one trade has very similar characteristics to the another, because this is all one basket, right? BATL, Indo, Husa, USIG, MXC, they're all a basket, which means that usually if one does good, almost all of them are going to do good, right? That's why I mentioned earlier in the video that you don't need to catch every single trade to bank. You just need one or two. Just pick one or two. And if I had to pick one or two, I'll probably do Husa and probably like MXC or something like that. But you want to be careful of the bear side as well, right? Because you don't want to just be like blind bull, like a blind bull, which is not smart. Because remember RBNE, this one I mentioned about an offering, and it ended up doing an offering. This thing goes from like $3 to $20, and then there's an offering, and then there's another offering, and then these are the type of stocks that you want to be careful. And you do not want to size heavy on stocks that do a lot of dilution, like offering, because when it comes to small caps, in general, you can't really trust any of these, small caps. But if one company they do an offering, they're gonna do another offering. So that's the thing that I don't really like about some companies, right? So RBNE, this could be a dead cat bounce, but I'd rather do stocks like Husa that are looking very nice, right? So guys, if you have any other stock suggestions, write down in the comments. I'm just trying to help every day. Oh, another one, don't forget MARPS. MARPS. MARPS is a good one. TPET, TPET. There's just so many. Is MFI another one? It's more mid float. MFI. No, I don't think that's Euler. So guys, this week I think it's gonna be crazy. Not just for oil, but I mean like other stocks such as GNS, HCTI. You guys really like those stocks? And very seriously, keep an eye out for every small cap that has huge volume. I'm gonna be sharing trade ideas in the morning as usual. Stock Twitter, free to join. Link in the description. And let's have a very good week, guys. Let's have